Examen de ciudadanía estadounidense en inglés.
The American Revolution had many important events. Name one. Declaration of Independence. The executive branch has many parts. Name one. President of the United States. Who does a U.S. Senator represent? People of their state. Where is the Statue of Liberty? New York Harbor. What does the judicial branch do? Reviews laws. Why did the United States enter the Vietnam War? To stop the spread of communism. What is one way Americans can serve their country? Vote. How many senators does each state have? 2. Name one reason why the Americans declared independence from Britain. High taxes. What is one part of the judicial branch? Supreme Court. When did all men get the right to vote? After the Civil War. What is the economic system of the United States? Capitalism. What is Independence Day? The country's birthday. Who signs bills to become laws? The President of the United States. Martin Luther King Jr. is famous for many things. Name one. Fought for civil rights. James Madison is famous for many things. Name one. Father of the Constitution. What group of people was taken and sold as slaves? Africans. During the Cold War, what was one main concern of the United States? Communism. Name one leader of the women's rights movement in the 1800s. Susan B. Anthony. When was the Declaration of Independence adopted? July 4, 1776. Who is one of your state's U.S. senators now? The answer to this question depends on where you live.
La respuesta a esta pregunta depende de dónde viva.
Name 2 promises that new citizens make in the oath of allegiance. Defend the U.S. Constitution. Obey the laws of the United States. The Federalist Papers supported the passage of the U.S. Constitution. Name one of the writers. James Madison. It is important for all men age 18 through 25 to register for the Selective Service. Name one reason why. Required by law. How long is a term for a U.S. Senator? 6 years. How many seats are on the Supreme Court? 9. Why did the United States enter World War II? Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor. Who elects members of the House of Representatives? Citizens from their congressional district. Who appoints federal judges? The President of the United States. Dwight Eisenhower is famous for many things. Name one. General during World War II. How are changes made to the U.S. Constitution? Amendments. What is the name of the national anthem? The Star-Spangled Banner. What founding document was written in 1787? U.S. Constitution. There were 13 original states. Name 5. New York, New Jersey, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina. What part of the federal government writes laws? U.S. Congress. Why is the Electoral College important? It decides who is elected president. What does the Bill of Rights protect? The basic rights of people living in the United States. The U.S. Constitution starts with the words, "We the people." What does "we the people" mean? Self-government. What is the supreme law of the land? U.S. Constitution. What is the rule of law? Everyone must follow the law. How can people become United States citizens? Naturalize. What is Memorial Day? A holiday to honor soldiers who died in military service. Who is Commander-in-Chief of the U.S. military? The President of the United States. How long do Supreme Court justices serve? For life. Name two important ideas from the Declaration of Independence and the U.S. Constitution. Equality, liberty. Who was the United States' main rival during the Cold War? Soviet Union. What founding document said the American colonies were free from Britain? Declaration of Independence. Who is the governor of your state now? Answers will vary.
Las respuestas variarán.
Name one power of the U.S. Congress. Writes laws. When did the Great Depression start? The Great Crash, 1929. What major event happened on September 11, 2001, in the United States? Terrorists attacked the United States. Who does a member of the House of Representatives represent? People in their district. George Washington is famous for many things. Name one. Father of our country. Abraham Lincoln is famous for many things. Name one. Freed the slaves. Emancipation Proclamation.
También puede responder correctamente a esta pregunta simplemente diciendo
Freed the slaves. Who wrote the Declaration of Independence? Thomas Jefferson. What U.S. war ended slavery? The Civil War. Some states have more representatives than other states. Why? Because they have more people. The colonists came to America for many reasons. Name one. Freedom. Why is it important to pay federal taxes? Required by law. What is the purpose of the 10th Amendment? It states that the powers not given to the federal government belong to the states or to the people. Alexander Hamilton is famous for many things. Name one. One of the writers of the Federalist Papers. Why did the United States enter World War I? Because Germany attacked U.S. civilian ships. Name one war fought by the United States in the 1900s. World War I. Name one American Indian tribe in the United States. Cherokee. How long is a term for a member of the House of Representatives? 2 years. When did all women get the right to vote? After World War I. What did the Civil Rights Movement do? Fought to end racial discrimination. The President of the United States can serve only 2 terms. Why? Because of the 22nd Amendment. The President of the United States is in charge of which branch of government? Executive branch. How many Supreme Court justices are usually needed to decide a case? 5. The Civil War had many important events. Name one. Emancipation Proclamation. Why does the flag have 50 stars? Because there is 1 star for each state. Who was president during the Great Depression and World War II? Franklin Roosevelt. What territory did the United States buy from France in 1803? Louisiana Territory. What war did the Americans fight to win independence from Britain? American Revolution. What are the 2 parts of the U.S. Congress? Senate and House of Representatives. What is the highest court in the United States? Supreme Court. Who lived in America before the Europeans arrived? American Indians. Name the three branches of government. Legislative, executive, and judicial. What are two examples of civic participation in the United States? Vote. Join a political party. Why were the Federalist Papers important? They helped people understand the U.S. Constitution. Name one power that is only for the states. Provide schooling and education. What amendment says all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are U.S. citizens? 14th Amendment. The President of the United States is elected for how many years? 4 years. There are three branches of government. Why? Separation of powers. Why do U.S. representatives serve shorter terms than U.S. senators? To more closely follow public opinion. What is the form of government of the United States? Republic. Why did the United States enter the Korean War? To stop the spread of communism. There are 4 amendments to the U.S. Constitution about who can vote. Describe one of them. Citizens 18 and older can vote. What are 3 rights of everyone living in the United States? Freedom of expression, freedom of speech, freedom of religion. Thomas Jefferson is famous for many things. Name one. Writer of the Declaration of Independence. Many documents influenced the U.S. Constitution. Name one. Declaration of Independence. If the president can no longer serve, who becomes president? The Vice President of the United States. What are 2 cabinet-level positions? Secretary of Agriculture, Secretary of Education. Name the U.S. war between the North and the South. The Civil War. How many amendments does the U.S. Constitution have? 27. Name one thing the U.S. Constitution does. Forms the government. Why did the United States enter the Persian Gulf War? To force the Iraqi military from Kuwait. Name one power that is only for the federal government. Print paper money. What do we show loyalty to when we say the Pledge of Allegiance? The United States. The nation's first motto was E pluribus unum. What does that mean? Out of many, one. The words life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness are in what founding document? Declaration of Independence. Name one example of an American innovation. Airplane. What did the Emancipation Proclamation do? Freed the slaves. What is Veterans Day? A holiday to honor people in the U.S. military. Who vetoes bills? The President of the United States. Supreme Court justices serve for life. Why? To be independent of politics. Why does the flag have 13 stripes? Because there were 13 original colonies. Name one war fought by the United States in the 1800s. Civil War. Who can vote in federal elections, run for federal office, and serve on a jury in the United States? Citizens. Why does each state have 2 senators? Equal representation for small states. Name your U.S. representative. Answers will vary.
La respuesta a esta pregunta depende de su código postal. Para averiguar el nombre de su representante, haga clic en el enlace en el cuadro de descripción debajo de este video.
Who elects U.S. senators? Citizens from their state. What is the capital of the United States? Washington, D.C. Why is the Declaration of Independence important? It says all people are created equal. How many voting members are in the House of Representatives? 435. What was the Great Depression? Longest economic recession in modern history. Name 3 national U.S. holidays. Independence Day, Labor Day, Thanksgiving Day. Name 1 U.S. military conflict after the September 11, 2001 attacks. Global War on Terror. Name 1 power of the President. Signs bills into law. Benjamin Franklin is famous for many things. Name 1. U.S. diplomat. How many U.S. senators are there? 100. What does the President's cabinet do? Advises the President of the United States. What is the capital of your state? The correct answer to this question depends on where you live.
La respuesta correcta a esta pregunta depende de dónde viva.
Who is the Chief Justice of the United States now? John Roberts. What is the name of the Vice President of the United States now? J.D. Vance. What is the name of the President of the United States now? Donald Trump. What is the name of the Speaker of the House of Representatives now? Mike Johnson.
Ahora, antes de terminar esta lección, por favor responda la siguiente pregunta.
Name the 3 branches of government. Name the 3 branches of government.
Escriba su respuesta en la sección de comentarios debajo de este video. Gracias.